Okay, guys, thanks for joining. Once again, this webinar will be recorded. So if you're not cool with it, you can mute your mic or turn off your videos. And if you have questions, you can drop it in the chat. Okay, so I have a very short slide here, just four pages, and yeah, the content for today is our package deployment with Dennis. And yeah, Dennis is a data engineer at TripAdvisor. He has worked extensively with R. Actually, I've known Dennis since like 2015. We went to the same high school, university, and he has been using R since then. So he's the R guy. It's really doing great with R. This is what he does for fun. So that's why I reached out to him to just have this short webinar with us, so you can put us through the R package deployment. So yeah, Dennis, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Emmanuel. So basically, my understanding about this is about like how to get us from an idea to deploying an R package in Siran. That's basically the idea behind this meetup, right?
Yeah, more or less. And if I'm wrong about that, maybe someone can also speak about it in like more detail. But based on my understanding, it's about yeah, deploying the R package to Siran.
All right. So does that mean that there's like everyone here is working on a package right now, or yeah, Hagar?
Okay, I think Hagar can talk.
Okay, thank you. I don't think that the professor wants us to upload it to Siran, but we are going to build the R package and then send this weird extension. Like, I don't remember the extension. Give me 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you the extension that he requires for this. But it's not about Siran.
Okay.
It's more simple than this, maybe.
Yeah, because at least that also help us to be able to better understand like what this is going to be about, and pretty much
Okay, I will send the extension to the chat here. Give me 1 second. It's .ter.gz. This is, I think this is the extension that we get after building the R package. Yeah, using RStudio, right?
Okay, so that's not necessarily an extension. That's more like a compressed version of the package. So basically, what you do is so that's how you also send that to Siran. But sometimes you can also extract and bundle it as a .gz .gz format. It's like zipping the package into you're actually zipping it up. So yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so honestly, the good thing about the Arrow community is I think it's it's actually a mix of emotion as well, because it's is heavily driven by academics, and at the same time that's a good thing because there's a lot of resources out there, documentation, because people heavily spend time writing things on how things are simpler and how to make things go easily, and the simplicity of how to like do all of these things. And one of the package that's really good resource to learn everything you need to work on is the Arrow package documentation. Let me share my screen to show you how this looks. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, so this this is actually one of the most um, great resources you can actually need. Like I think everything you need to from development to publication, whether Siran or Bioconductor, is in this resource right here. And now, yeah, basically it goes through the introduction to the philosophy behind the arrow package development, looking at best practices, how to develop documentation as well using arrow or Sigin, and all to the releasing to Siran, which is not the use case here. I think you're gonna stop somewhere. Where is it again? If I remember, yeah, I think part of releasing to Siran, you there's a part where you're supposed to like bundle the packages. So pretty much, this resource is actually a good one. Hey, guy.
I think the evaluation of the exercise will be based on the vignettes. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's
All
it.
right. Okay. So let me try to do something now. Stop sharing. Share my entire screen. Um, now, so this. Let me try to create a new project. Mm, yeah. Okay. New project. Or all right. So when you try to create a package, I think the very first thing is, I think I said, the how is actually really good in the sense that things are actually way easier and straightforward to like build some things. When you go to a new project, you can actually put the name, and what it does right now, it creates the arrow folder, the man. So this is actually where your documentation is gets built into. So this is where you talk about your functions, like all of the information that you want to give to your functions, right? So this is hello world. It's a readme, so it's called please print hello world. That's the description. But then this is actually gotten from this script here called hello world. So basically, the function, it's like when you have, like, let's say dbplier. Let me see, and then you want to do something like db question dbplier. Um, yeah, so let's say arrow, and then you do this. All of this information you see here, like the description, what this is about, Madritra, Pillar, Tibo. So all of this is being stored in this folder called man. And pretty much how you do this, let me say testing function, and then you do a function, come on, function, and then do this print this first function test. Now, to add this, I think there's this thing called, it comes with the code, and what's it called again? Generate. Not this. Okay, I need to install some packages. The first package you need to install is called the dev tools. The dev tools is what you use to develop packages. It's actually very it's one of the most used packages in Syrian right now. Then in this right now, you have the build sites, build vignets. We have the check. We have the check man. It's the dev mode, the dev packages dependency. Find out, so you can do a git pull using these packages. Like everything you need to develop a packages is within the dev tools. However, the other packages you also need is the called library, arrow oxygen. So what this does is it gives you all the information you need to it gives you all the information you need. It has everything you need for documentation, from like loading a package source to passing text. I think there's also one thing as well I'm looking for. The tag name description, and then yeah, I think we have the Vignet's rock letters here. I think there's one other packages as well that I think is also very useful. Yeah, the last one is called the package down, but this is when you're trying to build what do they call it again? A web page. So the package down helps you to build a website based on your package. So you have the build site, the build tutorial, um, the clean site, the deploy to branch. So basically, those are like the three packages you need, which are I think the first one is DevTools, which is very important. I think the second one is Arrow Oxygen 2, and then the final one would be PKD down. I think these are all of the things that you actually need for you to like build the packages. So now, how do this actually work? Now let me try to write a function based on this, and let me see if I remember the shortcuts. I'm not on my main laptop. Where is this again? To code print. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how there's this yeah, let me try to get this. The all code, not this. Library tools. Okay. Not this, not this. Where is this? It's a shortcut on how to okay, your arrow code. There's this shortcut I'm looking for. Yeah, okay, Control Shift mark. Yep. Okay. Control Shift I, not this.
Maybe you can try Command Shift I or something.
Yeah, because I'm using a Mac and Mac sucks. Command Shift I. Yeah, it's not working. But yeah, so basically one of the things I was trying to show you was like we could do two things here. The first thing is when you set up a package repository like this, you save this. So if you want to print this function, the first thing you want to do is to do your load. And what this does right now is that it runs this on your local machine. So now it's been loaded. I think now you should be able to do library. Let me see, library arrow package. Yeah. Now the only
your screen is static here.
Oh,
maybe I'm the only one. I don't
know. You can see my screen.
Yep.
And what about now? You can still see my screen, right?
Okay, yeah, it's interactive now.
Yeah. So when you do Control Command L, not this, Control Option. You know what? I want to stop using shortcut. Let me just use the keyword. Like they call load. Load package. Load or why is this not? Okay, save. Okay, yeah. So now basically what you've done right now is that you've run all these functions, and the next thing you're going to have right now, if you do your library arrow package dev. Now I think you should be able to get something like arrow package dev testing. I'm going to give you this as a function, which is Dennis first function. The same thing happens to if you want to change this to hello. So basically, you now have this package hello world, right? So now if you want to create a new script as well, I think there's this is it arrow oxygen or yeah, so you can always create a new one as well. Like you could give it a new script here. I'm going to just create this as library, let's say empty car. Let me just do db tidyverse. Don't have tidyverse installed. Install tidyverse. Oh, tidyverse. Yep. Okay. And then we should have library tidyverse, and I should have empty car as data set. Okay. So empty car is like a data set that gets inserted into R as well. So now if you do view, you should be able to get this. So I'm trying to write a simple function. So this is the table. Finally now, if I want to write the functions to, let's say, just filter based on, what should I want to do? Okay, we have empty cars, and oh my, shoot. I am not conversant using the shortcut in Mac. This, and then we do a filter, and what else is there? Filter by what? Check a distant. What's the value I'm trying to greater than cylinder 6. What do I think will be useful here? I'll just do greater than 10. Filter mpg greater than 10.5. So mile per gallon is greater than 10.5. So what do I still have? The data set is still a lot. I'm going to make 20. Okay, it's reducing. I'm going to leave it as 30. All right, this is fair enough. So now I want to write a package that's called function empty cars mpg is greater than 30.5, and I'm going to do a function. I'm going to put this in a function, and I think finally I'm going to do head just to ensure this, and I'll remove this. The reason I'm adding this as well is to ensure this has library that this have to run. And finally, I'm going to save this. How am I going to save this? Right, it's going to be test arrow test function 1. All right, so now when I build this, and how you build this, it's I try to use command Shift L, and it's loaded. And right now, what we should have right now, if I do library arrow package, is that arrow package this now have this function. So if I run this, it's going to always print out this value for me. So this is like the slide function I wanted to work on. So the next thing now would be to use a vignette. I think dev tools. Oh yeah. So the auto package, I just almost forgot. So there are actually 4 packages that you need to have in your fingertips for you to write a package. The first one I said was dev tools. The second one is arrow oxygen. The third one, this is the use this package. And finally, we have the pick key D down. Now the use this is actually one of the packages that I don't think I have it installed. I'm going to show you how to use okay, I have it installed. So use this you can, I think you can call in your vignettes. So you can create a project with this. You can create edit your profile. Where is this other thing again? Yeah, use vignette. So when I do this right now, I'm gonna give it a name. I think I'm supposed to give it a name. Function mpg greater than. Getting started. Okay, so now we have this. Now this automatically creates a new folder called this, and it's an RMD file. And now you can write things that your package is doing. So you do library, or maybe installation is going to be. Now when you build this, what's it called? Need this. What's he saying? Okay, yeah, that's because we've not installed that. Our package this, we have this. To install this, we need to build this. We're installing this package right now, but it's going to fail, or maybe not. Okay, it didn't fail. So now I'm going to try to knit this now. Now, basically, this is what we have, just this, getting started, library, this. Now, we should be able to like add more information to this package. This package is used to, this is a testing package. Aim. Saved, nick this again. Yeah, so the more you write, you keep having this, and finally, what was it a thing as well? Functions. Yeah, I think the more you just write this, the more like you just have to like write as much information as you want with your package in here, and then if you want to create another one, you just come here and add it to it as well. Maybe call it a different name. When you build it, you end up having all of this in a book down format. I think finally the other thing as well is how do you bundle all of this into a tab like tro.g gy. I think that's I think this is supposed to be it. Build source packages. I think this should fail because so now we have this right here, and it's in it's in this, and when I go try to find this, which please, so this is pretty much the package, and I think this can be sent to, I'm not sure I can send it to you guys on, it doesn't allow me to send it to, any question?
Yes, I have a question. So you didn't include this in the suggestion of the description, right? In the description file.
What do you mean include this?
I mean, if you are going to use a lot of packages, for example, like Terra, any other one like SF, should I include all of this in the suggestion or the imports of the description file in my package? Because if somebody is going to use it or install it in their local machine, they will not be able to, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. So that's also something. Yeah, so I think in the description we have suggestion. So suggestion and imports, I think they play two different roles. Import is like hard dependency. Hard dependency that is required for a package to function. Suggestion are like packages that like you should have, but it's not necessarily. So one of the things that you want to focus more on are the imports. For instance, I think the one I had now, but the issue with imports as well is that your goal is to make it as light as possible. Like you want to make it as light, you don't want to make it so much, right? So this package is what it needs are just the import of RO, dplyr, and SF. I could have said tidyverse, but tidyverse is a very big package. It has ggplots, to many other things as well that I don't necessarily need. So what I actually needed was just those basic things that for it to function. So which was SF, because I was running a function that actually calls SF. That actually uses SF, and I think where it uses it was this particular part. Try to set the CRS system to 4326. Pretty much that was when I knew, and like that was where I needed the SF package. And the reason why I needed dplyr was because of the piping function as well and filter. I needed those for this, and that's the reason why it became a hard dependency. And so this can also get populated automatically when I just can't remember how, like the shortcuts, but when you add them to this, it should be able to get added to the code, and all of this gets created here as well as part of how to do this in any documentation you'll be having. So I'm really bad at using Mac. The only time I use Mac is when I'm trying to test my package on Mac OS and my Windows OS as well. Because normally what you just need to do here is, I still don't know. I'm trying to find a shortcut to insert. Not this. Nope. Yeah. No session. No view. It's somewhere in code. Rename. Comment. Finally. Yeah. Insert this, right? So now this is also where you can actually do add imports. So you can specify the packages that you want to import. For instance, I had to import tidyverse. the title is going to be MPG greater than 30.5. I think examples. I'm just gonna do. I've forgotten how they write this, but yeah, description. This. Yeah, import, return, nothing. Yeah, so when I do this, okay, I'm going to remove this. I think it should automatically propagate this as well. Let me try to load this now. The
I
description.
think you need to document it, right?
Sorry?
You need to document this function at first, right? The
Doc-
function that you added the R oxygen to. You need to document and then
No, so you don't need to include R oxygen in this, like as your import file. So those are like packages you need to build for building, like the dev tools. You don't need to add it as part of your import or suggestion. You don't need the R oxygen as well. I think those ones are like are tools that you use to build your packages. They are not any dependency. They don't have no dependency with your function. So the reason why I'm going to do tidyverse is because the empty car dataset is coming from tidyverse. I think. Let me be sure where this dataset is coming from. Oh, I think it's supposed to be inbuilt, right? So the only thing I actually need from this is probably um, dplyr because of the piping and filter. So that's the reason why I'll probably need this package, like need a package here. So you need to like really understand what's the lowest package you're using so that you don't end up having so much packages being imported, because the more packages you're importing, the larger your package becomes, and you don't really want that. And then the lesser the dependency, the better for any packages. Yeah, specifically the strong dependency, not transcend, like transcend, yeah, transcend the dependency, but the strong dependency. And then the imports are the strong dependency.
okay, just to make sure that I understood it correctly. So if I have the packages in the suggestions, that means they will not be imported with my package, right?
Yeah, no, they don't get imported immediately. Yeah, if it's an import that when you're running your packages, it gets, yeah, it's part of it as well. Yeah.
So it's better to include them in the imports if another person is going to install my package on his local machine
Yes.
and then check it. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thank
so it's going to install that directly while you are installing the packages too.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Is it our oxygen? Build. Is it two. Yep. Where is this? Is it load? No. So yeah, if you want to even submit your package, I think this is what you do here. You can submit using these packages as well, to test and many other things. It's actually one of the, yeah. Let me just do build, and this should fail. I'm surprised that it's not failing. I guess my thought about this is not. It's a little bit different. Yeah, the function is it's not in man already. Now use this. See build. I did this. No build. So we have tidyverse, use this dev tool. The other packages I mentioned earlier was DevTools use this. Yeah. Yep. I think there's. I'm trying to build this so that the documentation gets materialized, and for some reason, it's not coming. Nope. So we've inserted this, and I dislike Mac. Yeah. Build readme. Okay, I didn't have any readme, so that's understandable. Build. Let me check something. How do you build this person, author, this, that? Yeah, so yeah, I think you probably just have to like. So I knew there was a way when you build this, it's automatically materialized into the man folder, but for some reason, it's not coming to me right now, which I'm wondering what's going on. 'Cause it's supposed to like automatically when you it's this is the folder where it gets built into. Yeah, it actually makes it way more easier and faster to build things. So the other option is for you to like just import this, and then you're probably gonna do what's it called again? Tidyverse, since that's the only one you have right now. I think the last thing as well is the what's it called again? I think it's description. The author, yeah, you need to put your name here. I think it's Dennis, and then so you can have a lot of maintenance. Yeah, so there are different authors, but I don't think this is even how you're supposed to put this. There's a format that you're supposed to use. I had to learn this the hard way because I was working on a project and it was so messed up. Yeah, so this is the format. It's auto at R and then the name, and then I think this is actually what says that you're the author. Um, there's no maintenance in this, right? Because I think the author is also the maintenance. So if you want to add someone to this as well, you just what is it?
Yeah, you have a question.
Yeah, please go on.
The question is if you can use DevTools documents.
Yes, yeah. I think everything you need, like if you can go through the DevTools, DevTools. So DevTools is going to show you what the function does, but this doc right here has how from the start to the end, like the reason why you do some of these things as well, like the best practices. I think this is like the go-to for you to like pick up one or two things on how to like go about this. Like you talk about the description, talk about the package component as well. But yeah, DevTools, yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is how it's currently being formatted. And then you have the description, you have the license as well. What license are you using? And then put a description there as well. So yeah.
And, yeah, maybe I didn't um know how to pronounce the double colon, but maybe you can check the chat for the question.
Okay, dev tools document.
Yeah.
Um, oh, okay. Yeah, I think that fixed it. Yeah. Yeah, it fixed it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, dev tools document. Yeah. So yeah, now we now have this here. So when you do something like when you load this package and then you do something like our package dev this, you're gonna get information about it, like literally how the function works, and then yeah. So yeah, it's a most of the information you need. It's gonna be inside of this guy here, like most of them. Yeah, inside of this. Yeah, most of them. And I think the other thing as well is that one of the thing you want to do, right, you want to find some packages that's as simple as possible to understand and just see how they were able to like go about it. I think that will also give you some better idea on the best practices that was accepted to Siran. For me, there were a lot of packages that I was looking at when I was actually building mine. But this actually is a really good resources to learn more about what exactly you're working on.
Thanks, Dennis. Do we have another question?
Yes, I have like 5 questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Dennis, the first one is if I have more than one function, is it better to separate them in the R directory or just to put all of them in one R?
So that depends on the functionality, right? So our packages sometimes like one of the best packages I've seen is that okay, there are utility packages where you have functions that actually does some other things. And then there's also when you're trying to like have a new feature like virtualization, so that could actually have a new arrow folder, like arrow file. Let's say you have another thing about transformation, that could also be another file as well within the packages. So you want like it's best to like separate the folder based on its usage as per every function you're writing, you're having in new packages. It gets quite larger, like it gets quite, yeah, it gets messy and gets very large over time. So for instance, I think one of the arrow file that a lot of people use is the utils. It's just about utility, like some functions that you've written to be able to like make things a little bit easier, and then that gets called into some other files as well. You can have it. You can have a call. A call is like, okay, this is what the packages is doing at its call. But then you want to also look like, so I think it's best for you to like focus on the functionality as compared to like just every function you're having different files for that. It just get messy quickly.
Oh, okay. In my case, I separated them and then I called them from the Vignettes markdown.
Yeah,
It was okay. I mean, I
yeah,
didn't
it works.
problem.
It works. It's just that, as I said, it gets messy easily as well, right? So, but it works.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna get you this thing. Like for instance, right now, if your first function is to get like get a data from an API, you can call it get data API, and then that actually does that very well. And then you want to use that data from that function in another packages as well. That could also work. But if it's just like different utilities, like removing spaces, removing all of those things, I think that could actually be in one packages called util or something.
Okay. Okay. My second question is if I have raster data, should I put them in the inst data directory or
Do what?
if I have raster data, because there is a directory called inst. I'm not sure if it's install or inst. data. I will send it in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
So if I have raster data, is it better to put it in this directory?
I I think when it comes to working with data from internal sources, I think it's I usually use the I think the folder is called data. I'm coming. Let me get any flight package. Yeah, so I think the folder is called yeah, it's called data. So depending on what you're working on, if the data is a raw data, right, it could be not this. I think this is not it. Like I'm not conversant with using inst
Mm.
folder. Instead, I usually one of the things that I usually make use of is I think it's called a data folder. I'm coming. Let me see NYSC flight arrow. Yeah, so it's usually data like, and then the goal as well is to make it as simple, like the file as simple as possible. So it's always makes sense to use an RODA. So you're probably going to have something like the CSV here, and then this CSV is converted to RODA because RODA is like the simplest way package like data is being run in Arrow. So it's really simple and it's always lightweight. So you have that. You probably put that in data on like data raw, and then the next thing you want to do right now is to like export it or save it in a folder called data in a .roda format because this is actually always very lightweighted. Like you can see, it's 36
Uh,
bytes as compared to this, which is like okay, this is also bytes, so it's always really lightweight as compared to a CSV or let's say a shape file or geo package.
yeah, I know, but for my case, I'm using raster data like satellite imagery. And when I put them inside the data directory, it didn't work because I think that the data directory works with the .rda files. And when I imported the raster data in the Vignites, it didn't work.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me quickly check that. Inst. Is it for your vignette or is it more around like what exactly? Because as I said, like the inst folder, I'm not too familiar with that because I don't necessarily have used that. But
Okay.
okay, installed files when the package is installed, everything is copied into the top right directory of this. But that's the same thing with data.
Yeah.
What you're saying right now is that when you put it in a data file folder, it didn't work. But the inst, so when you put it in an inst, did it work?
Yeah, it worked with the vignettes, but when I put it in data folder, it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that makes
guess
sense.
that was a hack then. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I have another question. Do you have any idea how to document this kind of data? Like, if we have to document it in like r.r file or just leave it like this?
Is it the data or the function? Because
No, the
so
data. I'm talking about the data. Okay, because of the function, we can document it using the R oxygen, right?
yeah, yes, yeah, you can do that. But the data, I think that would require you to like do some additional work on your side. Um, for instance, right, what you have here is how do I put it right? So you have RMD usually creates it's like a markdown document, but for Arrow, you probably want to like create a table and then copy it here to like talk about some of the data like what the data is about and everything. I think I did something similar with what I'm working on. I'm still trying to like even spend 2 weekends on this so I can get this out of the way. I think this is one of the things I was looking at. deployment, and oops, what happened? Yeah, so my own attempt of trying to write more about the data was like, for instance, I spotted what was returned and then start writing things about it. And then this is like some of the tables. Like it doesn't really look well because I know I want to make some additional edits to this, but just to talk about the results and how the data really looks like. And but I'm actually wanting to take some time to like really make this, like I think in the next 2 months I want to be able to like create a another release, taking into consideration some of the things that I feel like might be very useful.
Okay. One last question. After I build this package, how to make sure it works? I mean, if I send it to a colleague or something and I try it on their local machine, how to make sure using CMD? Because Professor, I think he used CMD on Linux. So
if it works for you and you've tested it, I think the other thing you want to do for yourself is like send it to someone else, a
yeah,
friend or whatever, to like still try the same process. So what they do, right, is that they yeah, so this is literally what they do to like get that file to test if the file was working. I'm quite I think there's this um wait with loading. I've done that before one time, loading tagz file in R using Arrow Studio. So there's a really Arrow Studio. There's a really simple, like it's really like you won't even believe how it is to, like read the file. Like you're just gonna see the functions and everything, and that's basically how how people actually uses this. Yeah, uses this folder. You're gonna
okay.
get everything that you need from it. It's a very easy way of getting the file into your
Okay.
into our.
If I have raster data, is it normal that my package takes around maybe 10 minutes to be installed? Because I'm a little bit worried about this point.
10 minutes. So now, is it the package that is getting in? So are you processing the data set inside the package?
Yeah, I have the data set inside the package and like I do some NDVI calculations, cloud removing and this stuff. So it takes a lot of time.
So the packages were supposed to do what exactly? Like, because I feel like you can write the functions and you load it, and then your documentation is going to show how people can use the data you've already provided, the package, to actually do all of those calculations you're talking
For
about.
this assignment is not really like this because it has like a data science approach. So we are going to show the results in the vignettes or whatever. So I have to plot some figures to show the results. So
Yeah,
I need to
so
know the data. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. In the vignette is a documentation, right? So you don't have to run the analysis inside the package, because packages are not supposed to be like our functions for reproducible research. Basically, the functions are supposed to be used to reproduce the research. So if you have the same data which you'll be providing via a package, when you run all of these functions step by step, you should be able to get the result that is in your vignette file. Basically, that's what it is. So you're not supposed to like run all of those analysis within a package, at least from my own understanding, right? Because it's always going to be very slow. It's always going to be um, really, really slow, actually. Like, for instance, right, I think most of the data packages that I've seen, or data science packages that I've seen, the data science, the analytics is not done within the packages. It's just like the functions is used to run what data set you're working with, whether it's that data set or any other data set as well. So
Yeah,
that's
I
what,
know. I know. I wrote the functions, of course, without the data. I mean, like I initiated some variables, but in my vignettes, I had to call the data and then I had to like attach this data with my package in order for the professor to see the results. That's
Oh,
why.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, then I think if that is taken into consideration, I think the 10 minutes is fine. Yeah, I
Okay.
think the only thing you probably want to do is to make it more interesting for during the wait time is this thing called CLI. In Arrow, it's gonna like show them a progress. What's going on? CLI package in Arrow. It's basically you can use this to so someone can actually see the progress of what's going on, so that they probably don't think something is broken. Um,
Okay.
it's very easy to implement, and I think yeah, you can see it's already cleaning the data. I think this would make them understand okay, something is going on. It's also like it's not like the thing is stopped or it's as hung, but something is going on. It's just that it's taking time to do some of the processing. So I think this could actually be very helpful. You can see cleaning data. It's talking about the percentage. It's showing people the time, so someone can actually know that okay, something is going on, but it's just taking some time to get done.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Emmanuel. Everyone. Yeah. This was kind of yeah. It was nice actually talking a little bit about this.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis. Thanks for your time. Thanks everyone as well. Thanks for joining as well. Yeah, if there are no other questions, then I think Dennis, I think I already dropped maybe I can also, if you want to connect to Dennis, I can definitely provide his GitHub, his LinkedIn, or whatnot. Or you can just reach out to me.
Yeah, and yeah, I think the other thing maybe you guys probably take into consideration is like committing this into GitHub as well. If you've not already done that, I think that could also help your lecturer understand that you have some understanding about Git. I think that could also be very useful too.
Yeah. Thanks, Dennis. Thank guys.